I saw a guy wearing a camouflage hat with a NASCAR number on it. And I just thought to myself, like, who is that for? Like, for the guy who's out in the woods who's like, man, I don't want that deer to see me, but just in case if he does, I want him to know that I like deer hard too. And right before the bullet hits that deer in the face, I want him to see this hat. And I hope that he's a Jeff Gordon fan, and he's like, damn, Judy really is the better driver. I like my stuff to tell people that I like other stuff. I like my truck to tell people that I like Chevy and I pee on Ford. I like my mug flaps to tell people that I like big titted silhouettes. And each one of my bullets has a tiny little Budweiser sticker on it. Woo, NASCAR! Do you know why you never see small titted silhouettes? They're gross. That's why. That is a pretty white thing, though, a camouflage NASCAR hat. This is a pretty white state, though. Do you know how white New Hampshire is? It's so white that a white guy won the New Hampshire Marathon. That's how white. I will ask this, though. How did New Hampshire get the Die Hard tagline for the state motto? How did we get live free or die? What did we do to get that? Like, if you talk to someone who didn't know anything about state mottos, you'd be like, what's your state motto? Oh, it's live free or die. Oh, where are you from? Are you from Massachusetts, the birthplace of the Revolution? No. Are you from Texas, the home of the Alamo? No. I'm from New Hampshire. Oh, what do you guys have? We had a rock that looked like a face, and then it fell. Live free or die, bitch! We had a pretty long winter, and my friend was saying the other day that they're going to move to Arizona because they have seasonal depression. There's no such thing as seasonal depression. You just live in New England and you don't ski. That's all that is. You're just bored. I told someone that, and they were like, oh, I only ski when I have to. When has anyone ever pointed a gun at you and you're like, ski, motherfucker! Or do you just like go on a lot of dates with James Bond? Have you ever been in like such a bad fight with someone that you thought your relationship was going to end, but then something like really bad happens, like someone dies, and you have to like get back together so you can just like get through this tragedy. And it's really good for a couple, but it's also terrible for a couple, because the next time you're in a fight, you're like, God, I can't believe this. Grandma just die. Just fucking die. Gotta get out of this fight. I fucked up. And if you could die, that'd be great. Because otherwise I'm gonna lose my wife. That's terrible. Anybody in a couple, do you ever do the practice fight? Do you ever like run the fight through your head? So like, oh man, she's gonna come home and she's gonna say this, then I'm gonna say this, they're gonna say this, and I'm gonna come back with this and it's gonna be done. But then you're in the fight and you realize they're much smarter in real life than they are in your head. It's kind of like when Rocky practiced with the chicken and then got into the ring and was like, whoa, 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 Apollo is a guy? Why did you have me fight a chicken? I'm married now, and being married, fighting's not fun because like you could say something that they just leave forever and it's done forever. But like that was fun when I was just dating random people because it doesn't matter if they were gone forever. So you could say stuff like, whatever, your pussy's like wet bread anyways, and just leave them at IHOP. Well, they weren't acting right. And don't get me wrong, when I say not acting right, I mean not acting appropriate for public, not being in a kitchen barefoot and pregnant. I never got that one. I get why you want someone in a kitchen. I get that. I get why you want someone pregnant. I don't get the barefoot thing. Like, is that just to make sure they can't go anywhere? Like, all right, y'all sit in the kitchen, you got everything you need for that meatloaf? All right, you're nice and pregnant? Cool. I'm taking your shoes, bitch, can't leave! Like, she calls her mom, and she's like, it's terrible. He treats me awful. Honey, just come home, live with me and your father. I can't. He has my Uggs. I was in a bar, and a friend of mine asked me what was the worst date I had ever been on. And I told him this story. I took a girl on a date, everything was going great. I bring her back to her place. She asked if I want to go in, and I said yes. So we go inside, and she closes the door, and the second the door closes, she says, today is the anniversary of my dad's death. Would you like to look at some photo albums with me? And I can't say no, because that would be rude. So we're going through the photo albums, and then she sees a picture of her dad wearing a tie, and she goes, oh, I really like that tie. And I'm like, yeah, it's a nice tie. And then she says, would you like to wear the tie?
While we make out!
And I can't say no, because that would be mean. So we're making out, and that's when my buddy stops the story, and he yells to my other friend in the bar and goes, dude, Kevin one time made out with his girl while he wore her dead dad's tie on the anniversary of his death. And my friend was like, man, you're fucking sick. But it's like, no, that makes it sound like she was like, hey, I would really like to make out with you. And I'm like, cool, I have some rules to making out. First of all, rule 1, is your dad dead? Check. Rule number 2, is today the anniversary of that death? Check. Now go get me his tie, I'm horny. I'm Kevin Cotter, thank you.